came back from my war experience, I guess pretty much like a lot of guys did, very confused, not really knowing which way was up, but real reluctant to admit that to anybody, especially myself, until I guess about maybe a year and a half ago. Sat down, had to talk to my daddy, 33 years, just retired from active duty. And he noticed something I didn't notice, and that was that wasn't able to take care of my family, wasn't taking care of myself very well. But the whole therapy thing was something that I definitely didn't want anything to do with. As far as I was concerned, therapy was for people that couldn't hack it, and PTSD was a load of crap. I mean, that's honestly how I felt about it. But my dad pretty much cleared things up for me, let me know that basically turned into a shitbag, excuse the language, and that if I didn't take care of myself, I wasn't going to be able to take care of any family, and I was going to lose my family. So I pretty much scoured the internet. Last thing I wanted to do was have something in an insurance claim that, you know, I was talking to a counselor or a therapist. Found this place called the Vet Center. And long story short, without getting into details, Vet Center helped me out tremendously. And kind of explained to me the things that were going on and the reason I was having a lot of the difficulties that I was having. And I continue to learn things, I mean, on a daily basis from dealing with vets, especially vets that have been in the recovery process longer than I have. And I mean, I really just can't, I mean, granted, we are the VA, but the Vet Center is so much more than the rest of the VA, which is why we stay separate from the rest of the VA. And they got me to a point where, well, I'm definitely, well, I won't say definitely, I'm somewhat effective at what I do. The VA actually brought me in as an outreach coordinator for Iraq and Afghanistan vets. And that's how I met people like the captain here and Josh and many other, I mean, just great people. And I really didn't know there was much of a support system out there for veterans. And this is the first thing like this that I've been to. So I apologize that I got up here not really knowing what I was going to say.
We kind of sprung it on you.
Yeah.
So do you have a group that you can invite people to?
We actually just started our first Iraq veteran group, but it is a psychotherapy group, so it's not really an open exit type thing. But we do have several support groups that go on at the Vet Center, predominantly Vietnam, but we do have some mixed groups with Vietnam era, Gulf War era, and Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. And I've sat in on tons of groups. I participate in some of the groups. I'm not going to lie to anybody here. I definitely need to be talking to someone myself on a regular basis. But I've just learned so much from the Vietnam veterans that I've talked to. And a lot of them, I've kind of gotten an idea of the struggles that they've went through over, you know, the past 30 plus years. And honestly, it kind of gave me a sense of hope that there is something beyond right now. And as some of you probably know very well, right now can sometimes be very overbearing, to put it lightly. But I mean, I guess to get up here and talk about the Vet Center a little bit, I would just really like everybody out there, whether you're a vet or not, maybe you know a vet, maybe you know someone that's struggling. There are a lot of people out there that care about what we're going through. There's a lot of people that can help us with what we're going through. And granted, not all the veterans, or I'm sorry, not all the counselors at the vet centers are combat vets themselves, but over 60% of them actually are, which I find, I guess, uplifting in a way. One of the toughest things, if you're going to talk to someone from a therapeutic point of view, I guess, or for counseling, whatever you want to call it, it's real hard for a lot of us to talk to someone that hasn't been there and done that, so to speak. So that's one of the things that I really appreciate about the Vet Center is that they hire so many combat veterans. That's how I ended up working for the VA. I kind of fell into this job, but I just think it's a really great thing that if you go to a Vet Center, there's a good chance that the person you're talking to not only is somebody that cares about what you're going through and can help you deal with what you're going through, and turn a lot of things into something positive. But a lot of times, a lot of the counselors have been there. They've done that. They've walked a mile in their shoes. And I mean, nobody can understand a combat vet like another combat vet. And I really don't care if it's World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Gulf War, Panama, Grenada, doesn't matter. We all go through the same thing. Maybe a little different terrain, but the devastating results that can sometimes happen pretty much seem universal across the board. It amazes me when I talk to the Vietnam vets how many things piss them off that piss me off. On the same token, the things that they value and the things that they care for a lot of times are the exact same things that I value and that I care for. And the way they view the world is, I guess, the same as I view it through my eyes. So, I mean, to wrap it up, I feel like I'm babbling a bit here. There's a lot of people out there that really want to help these combat veterans out. And I think it's real important that they know that, and I think it's also real important that the civilian population supports these veterans coming back. I had a horrific email sent to me this morning, courtesy of this guy over here playing with his iPhone. But it was about graves of fallen soldiers from the Iraq conflict being desecrated. And I understand there's a lot of civilians out there that really want to support us. It only takes a couple people to do things like the grave desecrations to, I mean, really crush the morale of your veteran that's trying to fit back into society. And I just think it's a shame that some people have to do that. And it's real important to me that all the civilians in here and all the civilians outside of here really understand that whether you're for the war or against the war, it's really important to let these soldiers and these Marines coming back know that you support them.
And Coast Guard. And Coast Guard.
And the Coast Guard. And the Navy and the Air Force. I don't want to leave those guys out. But in essence, I guess all I want to say is be aware of what's going on. Be aware of how it's affecting some of us. And if you hate my word, that's fine. But please don't come up and tell me about it, because I'm not going to respond very well to it.
Now, how do we get a hold of you? Where's your office at? Like, if any of our folks need to go down there, give us the address.
I'm about 2 miles this way. 416 East Colorado. It's right where Pikes Peak and Colorado kind of veer off of each other. Yeah. It's really hard to find. I'm sorry to say. Most people drive around it 3 or 4 times before they actually find the place.
But you park in the back.
You're supposed to. But there is a bank right next to it with a really big parking lot, and I haven't seen anyone towed yet. So
yeah, just wait.
I mean, feel free, take advantage. If they tell you, I help you pay for that. But I just said that on a videotape. But yeah, we're right downtown, 416 East Colorado. We've got 3 full-time counselors on staff here at the Colorado Springs Vet Center, and we've got 1 in our satellite office down in Pueblo, Rudy. Just the most awesome guy.
Yeah, it really is.
And Rudy Sandoval. I'm just an awesome guy. He helps me, I mean, on a daily basis with my struggles and a lot of other people. And we got vet center satellites kind of scattered all across the state. We're here locally, like I said, 416 East Colorado Avenue. And if you're a combat vet and you're struggling with things, I mean, just walk in the door. That's all you got to do. They do require you have a DD-214 technicality. That's just to verify that you were deployed in a combat operation, and that you have a good discharge. But if you walk in the door, regardless of what day of the week it is, if somebody's there, somebody's going to see you. If anybody wants to write down phone numbers that can be reached at, it's 471-9992, and that's the number to the office.